I haven't done this in a while. Forgot what I say. Welcome back to another Much Browness Podcast. It's me, Shaq. It's your boy. This week's episode, I have a very special guest with me. You know, he is one of my bonus family in here. I feel like I say that every time because I love all my guests, bro. It's the one and only, the lyrical genius, the Mr. Durag motherfucker in here. Oh. We got Zyad in the building, yo.
Hello.
What's up? How are you, man? What's been happening? Let the people know.
Man.
Let the people know.
Been busy as hell. Been tired, cause I'm so busy.
Yeah.
Been music, working, gymming, studying, but not really studying.
Yeah. I feel.
Yeah. I just feel like it's been so long since I've had a day off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's weird how, like, even though it's still kind of like a bit of a, not a bit, but like a pandemic still, like, we're all still so busy and shit.
Yeah.
Just doing stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like I picked up a lot of stuff in quarantine.
Yeah.
That now I'm carrying over, and now I regret it because now I don't have the time. You know what I mean? Because like you had all the freaking time in quarantine, so it's like there was so many things that I picked up in the meantime.
Yeah.
And then now I don't want to let those things go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of shit. Like, I've painted once during this quarantine, but like ever since I painted it, I was just like, I just want to paint another piece and see what, like, it's so fun because I don't usually paint. Like, only my brother and my sister paints, but like not me.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. Like,
No, it's good. That's therapeutic though.
So therapeutic, bro. You just like smoke a blunt.
Yeah. You good at painting?
I don't know. I'm okay. I painted that. I mean, it's
that's sick, bro. I was looking at that earlier. That's mad.
But yeah, I paint weird as fucking shit though.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
the
even in
beauty of
art
painting,
classes,
man.
I'm just like, yeah, this is weird, and my teacher's like, this is some shit when you're like high and you paint. I'm just like, yes.
How'd you know I was
How'd you know I was high in
Yeah.
class, miss? I just had a brownie.
Nah, I feel like painting or even art in general in school was way worse because you feel like pressure, like everyone's around you, and then like, you know, obviously you have like mad good artists in the class, and then you have the shit artists, and so you feel like you have to perform or like put on a bit, but then always you have the teachers like, oh, whatever you want, be free, you know what I mean? But I feel like you don't really understand that until you get out of your little insecure high school stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Like now, like doing art, like drawing or painting or, you know, coloring shit. It's much more nice to do now because I feel like you don't have to really show anyone. It's
Yeah,
kind of
for
yourself.
sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas like if you're doing it for a class or something, you feel like you have to kind of up the value, I guess. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Because like, you're just in it by yourself now, and then if you want to share it. If you don't, whatever. Yeah. My sister feels that pressure now because I think she's trying to explore more of her creativity now at this age, and because like, my family, well, me and my brother, we're not those typical like, oh yeah, you got to do a business type shit, you know, when you leave high school. And so she's like been in love with like art shit, and she's always trying to like make shit. And whenever like she's in art classes, she's just like, yo, Shaq, look at this, and Shaq, look at this. Like, she's really good at using like the spray cans, like graffiti type shit.
Really?
And I'm just like, what the fuck did you get this from? Like,
yeah,
what? Yeah, you see a tag at the side.
That shit's hard too, bro.
It's so hard,
like, you
bro.
get the layers, the angles.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to do it when I was like 16, but it's so hard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people just think you just and
it's
easy.
not that.
Because
It's
people
so much
do
more.
it. They make it look so effortless. Too.
Yeah.
I knew this one graffiti artist who like recently, like that I worked with, but he recently left, and he was telling me like the step by step of it. And like the layering and like how you can make it look like, even just like outlining stuff will make it pop way more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the different techniques that they have is crazy. And then I always wonder, like, you know how you see like Central or something, the big graffitis like up in tall buildings, and I'm like, how the heck do people do that? And he's like, just paint rollers, man. Like the really long extendable paint rollers, and you just, you know, it doesn't have to be good stuff. You just go over it. And I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm thinking people are like fucking excavating buildings.
No, some people.
Like, spraying down.
Yeah, some people do that.
Yeah.
I got a couple of homies that does that. I'm not gonna name names because, but they do that, or they either like hire like some crane thing.
Yeah.
Or they like
That's
friends
crazy.
just like tradies, or some of them are actually tradies and who has the
Are these higher
license.
jobs though? Because like
Nah, it's
But
not.
how are you
jokes.
doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to be secretive about it, you bring a whole crane in.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
shit.
but I
And-
guess, you chuck on a high vis, no one really suspects anything.
Yeah, exactly. People just like, oh, he's just the painter. Like he's painting
right.
the building.
Yeah.
I know. I watched a documentary about Banksy, and then Banksy apparently is just not one person.
Really?
It's a whole team of
Really?
like 5 or 7.
Right.
And what they do is they scout like a random building first, and then they get like I think 2-3 of the team members to go up, suss it out, talk to the building management, blah blah blah. Say like, oh, we want to look at this space because we're thinking of building an office, or blah blah blah. And I don't know whether they like pay the manager a certain price just to scout the place for like 3 days or something like that, or a week, and then after that, they take like the main Banksy and get him over, scout the place, see what's up, and then do like paint like 1 or 2 layer of the piece, and just chill, wait for a little bit,
Lay low.
and then lay low, and then after that they do their pieces around 4 a.m., 3:30, 4 a.m. And then do everything all quickly, done. And then there'll be like 5-7 people doing it at the same time, so it'll be done so quick. And then sometimes it'll be less than an hour, like 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
10 minutes, and then cool, done. Gotta go out of the building,
Dude.
talk to the manager. Then the manager the next day be like, oh hey, we don't want it. Space is not. I think we have like a bigger team. Like, oh no, that's super fair.
High level.
Get the money back. Bounce.
Heisting shit, man.
Yeah, and then
That's
the building
crazy.
manager like go up and show to like other people, and they're like, "Wait, what the fuck? Like,
When did this
when
happen?
did this happen?" And then you just see
Damn.
like Banksy.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy. And they're
Got
like, "Oh
robbed,
fuck!
man.
Like, I think we just saw Banksy,"
Yeah,
but they don't know
yeah.
because
Right.
the main Banksy wasn't there.
Right. Send these little goons out.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's some high level crime shit.
So yeah, man, that's fucking I wish I could like do that.
Yeah, it would be exciting.
I
but-
wish you'd be excited. Like I've done trains and stuff before.
Yeah.
But even that, I had to do like.
Yeah.
I can't run.
Yeah.
Even though like it's crazy, it's hard.
Yeah, it's exciting, but it's
So exciting,
Very,
dude. It's
yeah.
like doing coke. I've never done. Mom and dad, I've never done coke. Okay, I promise you that. I'll never touch it.
But if I did,
But if I did, that would be mine.
that's exactly what it feels like.
It feels like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy shit. How's music stuff, man?
Good, bro.
Yeah.
You kind of know, but like, finally, the EP that I've been working on for what, like, I guess 2 years now. Some of the tracks is coming out, and there's a release date. First single is in 2 weeks. Which
Yep.
I don't know when you put like podcasts up, but
I don't even know.
yeah,
When I'm gonna put this
whatever.
up. Yeah.
I think it'll be 23rd of November,
Okay.
which was Pekin.
Mhm.
So which you shot.
Mhm.
That'll be coming out.
Mm.
Then a month after that, Alone, the
Alone.
next single. Then a month after that will be the EP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting times, dude.
Yes, man.
Hell yeah.
Only thing I'm waiting on now is just the cover art for the EP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously, it's coming out in like 2 months, so
Yeah.
we got time.
Oh, we
you
got
know?
a lot of
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So,
just
yeah,
like,
man.
it's so weird how, like, I love seeing this side of like music, how there's actually so much shit going on. And people don't know, because people only think like, oh, you make a song, you put it out. It's like,
Yeah.
so much more to it. Sometimes you make that song, you're all good with it,
Yeah.
and you want to master it, and then after that you're like, oh, I'm really not feeling just a little bit. Let me just see, and then you just
Yeah.
completely change.
But that's with any art form, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's the same with like videography or
Oh, dude,
photography, you know?
every time.
People think you take a photo and post it.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
no,
dude.
you take like 1,000 photos, edit them, and then like see which one you like the best, and then trash them until
Yeah.
until you get a better one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's so much of a process that is behind every art form that I feel like if I knew how much went into this shit, bro, I wouldn't have been fucking. I would have been making music, man. I would have getting a job, man. I would have been studying. You know what I mean? But like, it's fun, bro. It keeps you sane. You know?
Yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah.
What we do.
Yeah,
you know?
and I feel like if I didn't have it, mentally, like I would spiral. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even like obviously people talk about like expressing themselves in an art form, but just having that thing where it's like, that's the long term goal. You feel okay like working or taking a day off
Yeah.
because eventually this is the spot that you're aiming for. You know what I mean?
100%.
Whereas like if like I had a mate that I started rapping with, right? And then he dropped it like last year. And then he said to me, like, never drop it. He's like, even if you don't think you're going to go anywhere, it's still good for your mindset.
Yeah.
It's something to wake up for every day.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's something that's like, oh, well, if life's not going good at the moment, at least I know that this is my end goal. That's what I'm chasing, you know? Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that people don't really get until they're, like, doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the
100%.
time that, like, I'll meet new people and stuff like that, like, at a club or whatever, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I take photos. Like, yeah, I guess I'm a photographer. Like, oh, cool. Like, and straight away, this is like every time I say this to like guys, especially, the first thing they say be like, bro, do you ever like want to do like porn photography or like videos? I'm just like, look, it'll be good money.
Right.
But
not opposed to it.
That's not the thing that I want to do.
Right.
But look, if someone just like, hashtag take pictures of me naked, or it would be like a little porn thing, I'm like,
Right.
I'd say yes to the money, but
for sure.
no, bro, it's not that.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, what do you? Because like my cousins, most of them, well, all of them, they're very like intellectually business based company type shit. And then me and my brother just doing our thing over here, and then they're just like, you're in Australia, bro, like blah 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 blah. Why are you doing this stuff? And I'm just like, shut up. Like, let me do my thing, bro. Like, my parents came here for a reason. I'm doing this. They're cool with it.
Yeah.
And I'm making money out of it. Like, whatever,
That's
dude.
it, man.
Why are you complaining? Like, shut
it,
up.
It's, you know, like, I feel like it's always that tiny bit of, not jealousy, but in a sense of, like, they couldn't chase theirs, or they put it aside, so they feel like you have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, they don't have that thing. They hate like working 9 to 5 and hustling, but they do it because they know it's a secure. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas it's like they dropped their other passion, so now they feel like that's what everyone should do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like kind of resentment, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why are you chasing goals? I'm not.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be. You know?
Yeah. It's just look to each. To their own, dude.
Yeah, exactly,
like, this is what I want to do. Let me do my thing.
Bro.
My mom's not complaining. My dad's not complaining.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if my parents complain, I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Fuck you guys, man.
True.
Let me do my thing.
Yeah. Have your parents always been supportive of it? Like you being a creative and
Nah, dude. It's only been a year now that they've been properly supportive out of it. Cause like, the reason why I started doing like videography and photography and shit like that, because when I was like 14, 15, like I skated and I went to a skate park and I saw people like filming and shit. I'm just like, yo, this is so sick. And then like those like little camera but like big ass fish lens and stuff. And I'm just like, yo, can I try it? Like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, I would just make friends with them and use that camera and just film, take pictures and stuff. And then I asked my dad, I'm like, hey dad, I saw these skaters having this like cool fisheye camera video type. I like, do you reckon I can get it? And then he just went like, no.
Totally
like like why? Just because you skated now you want to do this? And I'm just like, you can get money out of it if you think your money is like, no, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, all right, cool. But then I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
And then I just said to him, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's just like a hobby and shit like that. Right. Which it was my hobby. And then I just like fell in love with it. And then my parents was just like, okay, cool. And then I kept doing my shit, and they're like, look, we can't stop you because you're always going against what we say. So just whatever, do it. Do you? It's your life. I was like, thanks. I needed that.
Nice.
But yeah, how about you? Like, did your mom or anything? Or was she iffy about it?
No, man. My mom was super actually stoked about it.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, like. I remember when I was like 16 or 17 and I made a really bad song on like Apple earphones, like the old Apple earphones.
It's like this big shit.
Yes, yeah. Everyone used to,
everyone did that.
Yeah. That's how everyone started out. On a shitty laptop, and then like I showed my mum, and then like she was like, yeah, this is cool. What is this? And I was like, oh, like it's my first song. She's like, oh, this is you? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, what? And it was so bad. But she hyped me up, you know what I mean?
Mum being mum, you know, like, yeah.
But yeah, she was like really nice about it. But I'm pretty sure it's because she always wanted to be a singer.
True.
But her mum would never let her. She was like, no, you can't follow that path.
Yeah.
You know? And she resented her mum a lot for it, you know?
Yeah.
And then like ended up moving out of home early. Not because of that, but you know, because like she just didn't like her mum.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that stuck with her, was like her mum like constantly said like there's no point following it, you know, musicians make no money.
Yeah.
And then she always resented that for her, like her for that. So I think because of that, she did want to do the same thing to me, and she just completely supports me for it, you know. Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, it's good, bro.
I remember when I told my parents that I wanted to be a musician. Like I learned shit on my own. I learned the guitar on my own. I only went to like 2 guitar classes, but like it was so shit, and I was just like, I'm out. Like I just left.
I've been there, yeah.
And then I like practice singing and everything, all like by myself through like YouTube and shit like that. And I said to them, I was like, hey, look, I'm gonna try and what's it called? Is it interview? No, not interview. Audition for like Broadway music school, Newtown. No. And I did that twice for each of them, and I got in, but I couldn't like enroll because I wasn't an Australian citizenship.
Yeah.
Which is fair. And then I told them, I was like, oh hey, I got like my foot on the door, you know, if I keep putting my whole concentration, give it 100%, like hell yeah, I think I can do this. And then my dad's just like, I have a guy who does music, like let me speak to him. And I went over his place. It was like my dad's like best friend, and he was in the music industry, and then he was just saying how like, oh, musician all just wants to do like drugs and blah blah blah, like that's not, you know, we're Muslims, we can't do that, blah. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, like, but like, isn't that like everywhere that you go? If you go out, man, people will be like, hey, do you want to do a line of coke? Yeah, I have it. Like, fuck. Do you want to have a puff of this weed? Like, what?
Yeah, bro. Half the people in business news be doing coke every night, man.
Bro, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Exactly, man.
But yeah, and then he was just like, I was just like, oh, I think we'll be okay. Like, I just want to do my own thing, you know. Right. And he's like, okay, well, if you want to be a musician, meet me at my place tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll be there, cool. Went there, and then he's like, do you know your B minor scales? Do you know your F major scale? Blah, blah, blah. And like, I was still learning too. And I'm just like,
fresh to the game.
Sorry? I was like, I only know this scale. And he was like, I don't know what scale it was. And he's like, no,
that's
not
water.
And then he's like, that's not good enough. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And he full shattered my dreams. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Thanks for this prep talk, man. And
that's
then
fucked up, man. Like everyone starts from somewhere.
Dude, I went home. I cried, and I was just like saying to my mom, I was like, I can't believe like that just did that. Like,
how
what
old were
the
you?
fuck? I was like 15, maybe.
Well,
yeah,
having a kid
15
like that.
Yeah.
Like, and when you're 15, you believe anything. You
believe anything, yeah.
You're like, oh, this guy knows his shit. He's in the music business. If he says it, then obviously it's true, right?
Yeah. And then like I think my dad kind of figured out I was like a bit down because I haven't been playing the guitar and stuff. And then he's like, oh, yo, come to this other person's place. And it was legit like grandfathers, like for smoking cigars and like fucking drinking whiskey and shit. That voice was just like that type of shit. My dad's like, yo, just come over, because like this guy, he's blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, cool. Went over at like 9-10 p.m. We stayed till like 2-3 in the morning. And it's like, oh, so they're like, oh, so you're the young blood, blah 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 blah. You're his son, like he said that you can play guitar. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think I can play. I don't know. Yeah. And they're like, oh, cool, yo, let's jam straight away. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're all like playing like the little, you know, like the drums. I don't know what's it called. It's like you know, this big. Yeah, kind of like bongo style, but it's just like the one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's it called, but like that. And then another person was playing like a guitar, and I'm playing bass, and then my dad was playing the drums. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, just come in, join us. I was like, you sure? I was like, yeah. And they're playing a lot of like Santana. Yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, I know that.
Oh, man.
And I was just playing. They're like,
smoking
water for the whole song. And then they're like, oh, we're gonna play Black Magic Woman. I was like, yo, I know that off by heart. He's like,
oh shit.
He's like, really? I was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then we were playing and stuff, and then blah blah blah. And then towards the end, before we left, the dude was like, dude, you really know how to play. Just keep playing, dude.
Yeah, man.
Who cares what your dad said? And then my dad was there. My dad's like, hey, don't tell my son that. Like, you should care what I say. And then he's like, dude, he's only 15. Relax, man. Yeah. Like, let him make his fault. It's whatever. Yeah. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Oh, man. That's sick, man.
Yeah, but I don't know why I didn't stick with it, though. Yeah. I think my passion just kind of, like, grew out a little bit, and then I like skated and then did the videography and shit, and I was like, okay, I like this
Yeah.
better-ish.
I mean, you still be doing a little bit of covers every now and then.
Every now and then. Every now and then.
Instagram covers, you know what I mean? I like it, bro. And like back to like the thing about painting, you know what I mean? It's like now that pressure's off, it's nice to just whenever you feel like it, pick up a guitar, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Now the
And
pressure's
just do it
off,
for
you can
you,
just
you
like
know?
do whatever. So, which is always
100%,
good, man. Yeah.
That's
and then,
dope.
who cares if you sound shit? If you enjoy it, you know what I
That's
mean?
it, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
it's for your
It's for you.
own. It's for your
Yeah.
own shit. Yeah.
100%, man. No, that's crazy, man. You could have been a superstar. I don't know about that.
Couldn't be out there. Be chilling with scouts or something.
Play smoke in the water.
Yeah.
Freestyle loving his
Hey, yo, we have this song. It's me and Chuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk one.
Didn't it? Yeah. That's the county.
Yeah. All right. How did Mr. Zyad get his? I'm trying to word this out very professionally, but I don't think I can. I'm not a professional.
Do it. Go.
How did?
You're Jay Leno right now.
Yeah. So, how did I understand that? Nah, how did you dabble with music, dude? Like, what made you want to do music?
Well, ever since I've like found out about rap, I really liked it, and I used to like write like rap songs that I like, just to learn the lyrics.
Yes.
And so I would,
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like before Lyric Genius and shit like
Yeah.
that, you know, obviously. And then I just keep a book where I just write like lyrics of songs that I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was about like 15, 16, I would always write like, I'm sure a lot of people did it too, like write snippets of like raps, you know what I mean? Like 4 bars here and there or something.
Yeah.
But never wrote like an actual song. And then one time, when I was living in the Central Coast, one of my friends from primary school, when I was in high school, was like, oh, check this out, like my homie raps, and like he just posted it on Facebook. And then I was like, what, that's sick. Like he just like put himself out there like that, you know what I mean? And like has like a full song and like sounded good, you know? And then that kind of inspired me. So I was like, all right, tonight I'm gonna write like a full song, whether it's like not like the greatest song or whatever, you know, I'm just gonna finish it, you know?
Yeah.
And then that was like my first task. So I did that, and then you know, as I was saying earlier, I showed my mum stuff. Yeah, so that kind of encouraged me a bit more.
Yeah.
And then I remember like one time one day I just took a day off from school, and then I uploaded that. Just like, cause I didn't want to be at school, like when I uploaded it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was waiting till like 3 o'clock where everyone had gotten out of school.
Yeah.
To like see it on Facebook.
Right.
And like, you know, I was like fucking nervous. You know what I mean? And then like it came about that time, and I started getting like notifications and comments and like shit like that. I was like, boom, 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 boom. But it was like super positive. Everyone was like, oh my god, like can't believe you did this. I'm like, oh, I can't believe you had this in you. You know what I mean? People are super encouraging.
Yeah.
And then and then like, because I loved that energy, you know what I mean? Of like making something, putting it out, and then people receiving it.
Yeah.
That's when I like you know, that's when I started like writing more songs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Hell
And then
yeah.
I linked up with that guy that like inspired me to do it.
True.
And then we actually, they had like a little rap group, and then he was like, oh, me and my homie want you to join the rap group. And then I joined the rap group for a bit. It was called Fade Mob. Don't ask me why. Everyone had fades at the time. And we made like one song. No, not a cypher. We did one cypher together.
That's cool.
4 of us.
Yeah.
Recorded a video and everything.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
yeah, and like just having people around that were doing the same thing motivated me heaps
Oh,
more.
for sure. If you find the right crew, that's
man.
that.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's at with like the whole Boomchild thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's like having a collective that like we all can like participate in. You
Yeah,
know? Like
yeah.
you come to the shows and film, or like when there's videos that people need, you film. You know, or like I'll support the shows, or you know we have people to link up and make songs together. You know, like having that support system is so important, man.
Oh, for sure. Dude.
Like legitimately, before I met like those boys and stuff, I was like spiraling down, bro.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like when I moved from Central Coast, I was like very independent mindset. Because it was like the same thing like Wollongong, I'm sure. There's not many people that do like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, and even that group that we made, they all started like stopping doing it and stuff, you know? So it's like, when you're the only one doing it, you're like, okay, I need to find out how to film my own videos, record my own stuff, mix it all, and, you know, they even make beats maybe.
Yeah.
And then so it's like I felt like I had to do everything myself.
Yeah.
And I was kind of wearing myself out a bit. And then when I met those guys, and you know, like Finbar and you know Ben and Riley, Sumatra, they like started helping me with beats and stuff, you know, and then learned that it was okay to like let that go a bit, you know.
Yeah.
And then like even meeting you and you're helping me film now, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh mad, like, I can give that responsibility and trust it with you, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And then you don't have to like stress about like, oh fuck, I gotta do this, gotta do this.
Man. Yeah, it's just so different. Like I used to think like independent artists were the way, but man, like having people around you making music or doing creative stuff around you, it's like it's so much better, bro.
Yeah, for sure. That was like Kid Farrow as well. Me and him always have this conversation how like way before when he first started making music and stuff like that, it was just like him, and when Evie wants to do video and stuff, he had to like press the record button, run in front of the camera and just like do his thing, and then he just took so long, and then when me and him finally like linked up, collaborated, and then he's just like, dude, this shit is so much more easier because you have another person who knows what to do. Yeah. And then
100%.
It just flows well.
Yeah. 100%, man. And then even having that like another support system, you know what I mean? Like you being there and being like, yeah, shot looks good. Or like, oh, we should try this. You know what I mean? Yeah. It makes it so much easier. Bro.
Yeah, 100%. If it's shit, we're like, bro, that shit, do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking shit, do it again. Yeah. Delete that whole file.
Yup. Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, that's great. I'm like, I think you're the first person who's told me that your parent is so open with you doing this stuff, like creativity wise, you know. And because like you said how your mom wanted to be a singer before. Yeah, that's amazing. Never too late, bro.
That's it. Yeah, well,
you're gonna put your mom on a track.
Well, nah, she's an amazing singer, but you know she would not be down for that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like, dude, doing it is hard enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, being a creative is hard enough. So it's like whenever, like, I know obviously homies with parents that are like, oh no, this isn't what you're gonna do. You know? So I respect those people so much more because like your parents is like everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So it's like to go against that and like still do you. Like I respect that so much. Yeah. It's hard enough. Like I said, without that. You know?
True.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. My parents would always be like, "Oh, we want you to be like a teacher or a doctor." Blah,
For sure.
Blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. Let me do my thing, bro.
Yeah. Trust me, she'll still throw like the subtle jabs in there, though. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I found this IT course, or you know what I mean? Or like, hey, maybe you should study this. Maybe you should do this.
It's never too late.
Yeah. But you know, she's never been like, nah, you need to stop doing music. Focus on this. You know?
Yeah.
Just sick.
Yeah. True. Nah,
sure,
that's
man.
good, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. Like, I'm still trying to like wrap my head around it. That's just that support that's coming from a parent as well.
It means the world, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a big thing. And it makes you want to do even better and stuff. Makes you want to do more.
100%, yeah. Makes you want to make them proud, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. God damn.
Yeah, man.
Just wiping away all the negativity, like,
give me your mom.
Give it, your mama dump me right now, please.
Yes, bro. Let me be my brother.
Let me be Shaq. Wait, what's your last name?
Kamal Hamed.
Yeah.
Hey, it sounds Muslim.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah.
Have like a full long ass name.
Yeah.
Still keep my Muhammad.
Yeah. Muhammad Shakazar.
Muhammad Shakilazar. Bro, that's a nice name. That's a solid name. What's your full name? Muhammad Shakilazar.
You know what though? Like I've recently been thinking about changing my last name.
What's that?
Well, cause like my last name's from my father, obviously, and like he wasn't really a part of my life. And so there's like no ties, like no reason. Yeah. Not even like I don't even really know like my dad's side of my family.
True.
You know what I mean? So that I feel like there's no like connection for me there. You know. And I feel like that's kind of a blessing in disguise to be able to be like to change my last name and no one be like, oh no, you got to keep the family name, you know? Yeah. So I don't know. I've been thinking about changing my last name to like something cool, you know?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your mom's last name?
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that too.
Yeah.
Cause she like, they don't have any like guys on the
Oh, true.
You know what I mean? Like, as in my cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
On that generation to be able to carry over the name. Like, everyone's a girl. So, it's like, you know, when they're married, obviously.
Yeah, you gotta take that. Yeah. True.
So, I've been thinking about doing that too.
True.
That's kind of a weird last name, you know? It's like, it'll be Zyad Roland.
Roland, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
They'll be like, Roland?
Yeah.
That's not ethnic. You look ethnic.
Exactly, man. Yeah, man.
No,
Half-caste
cool.
vibes. You know?
Yeah. How would be? No, dude, I was having this conversation with one of my best friends, and it was like, and if you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. Me and him, obviously, you know, grew up in like a household with two parents.
Yep.
Mom and dad, and you know, as much as we talk shit about our parents, which everyone does, or like complain about all this little stuff, we forget how, like, me and him were saying, we forget how lucky we are in a sense, because we're just like, bro, we grew up with two parents. There's like literally half of the people in the world, half of our friends grew up just with the one, single or like parent, just came from like a divorced parents and stuff like that. Right. And sometimes it happens when it's like later on in their life, like after they graduated high school, or like when they're just into uni or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like I think me and him were just saying how we take advantage of that in a way. Right. And like sometimes I'll take it for granted. Yeah, take it for granted too. And then we'll just be talking stuff about like that, and then sometimes like in my head after like me saying what I said, I was like, I just realized that the person in front of me grew up with like just a single parent. I'm just like, wow, I feel so fucking bad right now. Like I sound like a fucking asshole. Yeah, why, man? Yeah. But
I feel like for me at least, because my father was like a shit guy, you know what I mean? Like abusive, like didn't have a job, like was just a dick in general, you know, would cheat, lie, or like ticks all the boxes.
Ticks all the boxes, yeah.
Like a shit that.
Yeah.
So I feel like having him in my life would just be more destructive, you know what I mean? Even like recently, because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not too sure, but you know, you assume things, that my father like remarried, got a couple more kids, and recently fell out of it. Oh, because he's like, because I don't keep in contact with him. Like I haven't talked to him since I was like 5 or 6, right? But now he's trying to get back in contact with me and my sister. True. And like he called my uncle on my mum's side and like tried to figure out where we were, and he's like, I've seen you in Sydney and all this, rada, you know. But I was like, I'm safe. He doesn't even know what I look like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then recently he found my Instagram and I saw someone like my photo. It was like, Ayman, come on, Hamed. I was like, oh wait a second. And then I looked at him and I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Instantly blocked him. Oh, for sure. Because like I said, like I feel like I don't have that itching, you know, to feel like I want to know him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I know people with destructive fathers or mothers, you know, and I know how hard it makes their life on a daily, you know. Yeah. So I feel like if I even tried to rekindle that, it would just be messy and another stress that like I don't need, you know.
Messed up.
So and like because I've been so long without having him, I've never felt like, oh, I miss having a dad. You know, like it's always been like my mum does more than enough, you know, and like me being comfortable with that, it's never made me be like, oh, I wish I had a dad like that, you know. And I'm so grateful, like you said, people that have divorced parents, you know. I have homies that have. I've had a homie whose dad died when we were in like high school, and I've had homies who like obviously, you know, they get divorced in high school or whatever, and that seems so much harder, man. Yeah, it's like, what is it? What's that saying? Better of loved and lost than not have loved at all. Yeah, fuck that shit, bro. Yeah, because like once you build that connection, you know, and then out of nowhere, especially in like teen years where they're going through so much, you know, out of nowhere that hits you, and then they like separate and your whole world's different, you know, from what you knew has just changed like 180, you know. Yeah. So I feel like I'm very grateful to have, you know, lived with a single mum all my life, and that just be my life, you know, that I've never like felt that. Yeah. You know? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I have like
a cousin. I don't even know whether if she's gonna watch this. Like, if you do, I'm just, you know how you're like, and I'm being real. She came from a divorced parents, like when she was like really, really young as well. But recently, her dad has been trying to make his, like, has just been coming out of his shell and be like, look, I'm a father for these 2 kids. I need to do my thing. Yeah, I separated from their mom. It is what it is, but I'm gonna try my best and like be there for them. And I'm sure every time I meet him, he's a lovely guy, you know, super respectful and stuff like that. And he's making, what's it called? Amends with his son. And his son, because his son didn't grow up with a dad.
Right.
You know? And so like, him being in his life now, like I could see like, oh, that guy loves life now so much more. So like, yes, I will support this. But if anything happens, yes, I will fucking knock the shit out of the father. But because that guy's like a little brother to me. Sure. But the dad has just done so much good shit so far, and it's been consistent. And he's always like, because he's a musician in Indonesia. And every time he tries to visit, or like, he would always take time off to like, look, I got to be with my son, with my daughter. Yeah, they're in Singapore. Yeah. But my girl cousin, she was like, I don't want to do anything with him, which is fair, you know, it's super fair. But then she would always like blame her brother for all this type of shit. And then, I don't know, she just became like an actual fucking bitch that sometimes I couldn't even stand up. You know, I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. And I'm just like, bro, you gotta get out of this mindset. And the amount of times that like I would tell her off because she's very disrespectful to her mom, and her mom's kind of like scared. Like, I don't know why my auntie and my uncle like is scared of her for some reason, and I'm just like
her parents or
like her mom's scared of her, and then my auntie and my uncle are just like, we don't want to say anything to her, and I'm just like, okay. If you guys are not gonna say anything, she's gonna be like this for the whole time. Imagine if she has kids. Like, if she gets angry, she's gonna fucking hit it. You know, like, what the fuck? And then from that point on, like, every time when I'm with her, I would always like say something like, hey, look, that's not cool, don't do that. And I've like told her off a couple of times, up to the point where I've nearly like hit her, but I held myself so back, and I didn't want to like be like my dad and hit people. And I'm just like, all right, cool, like, let me just chill.
Shaq's not a woman abuser.
No.
Disclaimer.
No.
Family's different. Disclaimer.
And then, and then she'd always be like, fuck you, Shaq. Like, you're not my dad. You're never even here. You live all over in Australia. Like, who gives a fuck what you say? Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, I'm just trying to...
So she's like very mad at the brother for like keeping ties with
dad?
Yeah,
keeping ties.
Sounds like she's resentful, man. Like,
and her dad's, you know, still apologizing till this day. And she's like, she's 22. And I'm just like, yo, you're an adult now, man. Come on, you gotta...
you gotta move past it.
You gotta move past it, like...
When it's messing with your happiness, it's not worth it.
Yeah, she's always like blaming it on like her dad for everything bad that happens. And I'm just like... Maybe it's you, maybe it's my dad. But then, because I can't say anything, because I never gone through it. Yeah. So, you know, I've been trying to like keep my mouth shut and stuff. Unless she does something very fucking dumb and out of line, or like hit her brother, then I'll stand and be like, hey.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's fucked.
Right.
Get out of the house.
Yeah.
You know, but...
No, for sure, man. I get that. I think a lot of people take it to extremes, bro. Like, I actually have a cousin who... Their parents divorced, and 2 girls, and then one, it was obvious that was more of a mama's girl, the other was a dad's girl. And when they divorced, it was kind of weird because like the dad wasn't like this abusive like man that's like evil. It was kind of just like their marriage didn't really work out, you know. Yeah. But then they started treating him like he was the worst, like he was the devil, you know what I mean? True. Whereas like he's done a lot for them, and like he supported them heaps, but and I don't know whether it's like the mum in their ear or like you know, but it's like they just completely turned against him. Yeah. And he was a nice guy, like one of the nicest guys I've ever met, my uncle. And he like he would always try and make amends, you know, and be like, hey, like he didn't really do anything to the kids, you know. Just like the marriage didn't work out. He'd be like, hey, well, you want to go fishing this weekend, or hey, girls, got your birthday present or whatever.
Yeah.
Refused everything from him. Would
Like
not
both.
talk to him. Yeah, both of the
both
kids.
girls, yeah.
And I feel like the one that's a dad's girl kind of didn't want to do it, but like was like, my big sister's doing it, my mom's doing it, so I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
true.
yeah, and that's like what you're talking about. I feel like that I always get pissed at that because I'm like, you should be very grateful, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the marriage didn't work out, but you still have a dad, you still have a mum.
Yeah.
I love you so much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, and they just shit on him to the fullest extent, you know?
True.
Where like I just can't like talk to them anymore because of that, you know? I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
can't respect that.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. That's
Yeah.
just... Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Family shit, man.
I know,
There's a
not
lot
to
of-
bring up the family.
Nah,
but,
I
you know.
think it's very important that, like, we were saying this because, especially coming from like ethnic backgrounds like us, it's very important because, you know, like majority of ethnic parents that are very like abusive and shit like
Yeah,
that. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like, bro, I've been like getting black eyes and shit since I was like 14, going to
Right.
school, and I'm just like, cool. Yep.
Right.
Can't really see, but I'm cool. I still can do maths, but it's cool, man. But I just can't really see. But you know, and then like sometimes, you know, like when people just get so mad and they just black out, they didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and then
red.
it's just like, oh, what happened there? Did it happen in school? Like, nah, bro, you did that. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck you talking about? I was like,
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Things happens, bro.
things happen, dude.
Yeah, man.
And it's just so fucked. But you know, I want to say it is what it is, but it's not. Cause
yeah.
like
I
no
get
one
what you
should,
mean.
no one should. I don't know.
Go through that.
Yeah,
For sure.
Especially like cause I'm like the oldest one, and it's always me. And you know, like
Yeah, okay.
I'm the first kid.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to, which is fair, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah. You
with
copped it the
everything,
most.
yeah, with everything that's happened, like my brother, and my sister, they're closer with my dad. But with everything that's happened, I'm super grateful because of my mom. Because my mom is like my dad at the same time, and of course I grew up with like my auntie as well, and there's all like a lot of girls, and so yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then I think my dad, maybe in a way, he's like a bit jealous because it's like, oh, you grew up with all these women. He's very soft, and like my dad called me like,
Sounds Japanese.
very soft. He's very soft. You know? What's your shit? Yeah, and like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has called me like the bad word for being gay, which I'm not gonna say, the F word,
Yup.
like straight up, and I'm just like,
Right.
okay, bye.
Fucked up, man.
That's so fucked up.
Did he have a lot of? I mean, I'm sure everyone in that age did. Like, but did he have like a lot of pressure to be like a manly man kind of thing?
Yeah. Because he grew up with all of his brothers, all brothers, and
Yeah.
like I think I also don't want to blame him as well because his dad was like, old school, like, I did this shit back in the day. You should toughen up and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
Old Japanese dudes, man.
all Japanese,
God damn it.
where they're like samurai. Son, today for training, slice this papaya. No, that's wrong. Wrong ratio. It's not straight. Bump gets whacked.
Black eye.
Yeah, from the sword.
God damn. No, that's where me and you are very similar in a sense, because I'm the same. Like I said, all my cousins are girls.
Girls,
And I grew up with a sister and a mum.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so like I was constantly surrounded by females.
Yeah.
Which means like you don't get that like that manly tough side like drilled into you as much. You know what I mean? Which is good.
Which is good in a way.
Trust, bro, because then you always get the emotional dynamic,
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I know you're an emotionally intelligent dude, and I feel like I get all of my emotional intelligence from being raised by so many girls and shit,
Yeah.
And then you know how girls work. You're comfortable around girls,
Oh,
you know.
so fucking comfortable around
That's
girls,
it,
dude.
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like some dudes who like fucking grow up with like 3 brothers and a dad, and then like they see a girl and they don't know how to act, you know?
Literally, they're like idiots.
Yeah, straight up.
They're human beings,
Like,
bro.
they start wrestling with the
yeah,
girls
it's
and
not
it's like,
wrestling.
no,
yeah.
wait.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So we're blessed in a sense, you know.
We're blessed in a sense, for sure.
I don't want to give you like a
A good question.
I don't
That's a
want
good
to
question.
I don't want to give you like a
how long have you been filming kind of question.
True.
I want to give you something better than that.
So how long have you been?
Okay. Your dream destination
Okay.
in terms of career,
Yeah.
living like country or like state or whatever, and your like family or if no family or like marriage, what would be what's your dream destination for those things, like your end goal that you're chasing,
okay.
and like even if it's not realistic,
Yeah.
like if you could just do these
Okay.
things, then you'd be set in your
Yeah.
mind.
Boom.
So, okay, I'll answer the marriage part first.
Yes.
I don't really, and again, sorry mom and dad if you're watching this.
God damn it.
I know. Full disappointment. Yeah, like, check no more, son. Come back home.
Like, fuck this shit.
Like,
Turn
I'm
this off,
sorry.
man.
I've never believed in marriage, just because of, in a sense of like we said earlier before, like a lot of my friends, come from divorcee and literally like I guess now 60-70% of marriages
Fail.
fail. So like even growing up, I've never really like think about it like marriage and stuff. If it happens, it happens, but I would love to still taking pictures, do a little bit of like video stuff,
Yeah.
and live in either like the south of France, like in nature,
Okay.
or in Italy. Have you watched that movie Call Me by Your Name?
No.
It's
I'm
like
not a
with
big movie guy.
Timothy.
Timothy who?
That's just
Dude.
no, I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
like I'm terrible, man. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you seen this movie?" I'm like, "I haven't even seen Forrest Gump, man."
I
like,
just make music, bro.
yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, bro.
Jenny. No, okay.
I haven't seen it.
Sorry, that's like an inside joke. Sorry, that's an inside joke.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this
So
movie,
the movie Call Me by Your Name with Timothy
Okay.
Chalamet. His parents lives in like Italy in this big cottage house, and
Nice.
his dad's a professor, and his mom's just living, gardening and stuff.
right?
So like I feel like either south of France or like Italy in that sort, but still.
Did that movie make you want to live there? Like you saw that and you're like,
Yeah, I
oh,
was just like, yo,
yeah.
this is fucking amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, and still like take pictures and do a little bit of like video here and there, and just live with my partner. Maybe have a kid or two. And even though I don't really like kids, sorry, mom and dad. I don't know, like what the fuck, Shaq.
Like telling
Go
the
away.
Well, that's another point off.
And yeah, that's it. Just nice, quiet life. You know what I mean? I feel like the older that I get, because I always say this to my brother or my friends, I would always love to go back to the UK because I used to
Yeah.
live there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with my family, and go back to London and just work and just find a property there and just chill at like an apartment with like my partner or my kids and just chill. But now, yeah, bless.
Thanks.
The older that I get, I'm just like, you know what? It's not all about that.
Right.
I think like I just want to be with nature as well. And I
Nice,
guess at the
nice.
same time, it's the person that you're with
Yeah.
that also influence
Right.
it,
Yes,
and
yes,
it hasn't been, like bad or anything. Bless. It hasn't been like like a bad influence or anything. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
been like, okay, I can see myself with that person doing this and this and this,
Right, right.
and like I'm more than fucking content with life
Yeah.
and done.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, bro?
Well,
that's
before we
that's an
move on-
amazing. Yeah. Sorry.
With the marriage thing, yeah.
Yeah.
If was it a thing where you're like, so you don't really believe marriage, right?
Not really.
Yeah. So the person you're with, whenever that time comes around, where people get married, I guess.
Mm.
You've been together for a few years.
Mm.
If they wanted to get married, would you be like, nah?
Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah.
down.
I'll be down.
Yeah. So you're not
I'll be down.
opposed to it. You're just like not chasing it, kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like, I know, like if I had a kid before marriage, I'm like, yeah, cool,
Oh,
whatever,
right. Yeah.
whatever, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and like I don't know, when I was younger, like I I wasn't really thinking about that type of shit. But like I said, I guess if I'm like getting older and stuff like that, my mindset just changes, you know. But yeah, if they want to get married, I'm just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
For sure.
Let's do it. It's not like I'm going to be like, no.
Yeah. So what about, so you said you'd be happy like taking photos, doing videos and shit still. What about if something else you did blew up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We'll stick with it.
Stick with it?
Yeah, stick with that.
For sure.
And then
Alright.
see what's up.
Alright, roll with the punches.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
You just go with the flow, man. No, because that's the thing. Like, sorry, I feel like I've been fucking talking.
No.
I don't like when I was growing up, because I've faced a lot of death in my life, like with friends, family, and so I'm just like, yo, like, life is really very short, dude. You don't know. You don't even know. I don't even know if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. You know. And so I don't really think about the future in that sense. So, yeah, just go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Like, it is meant to be. You know, like.
Right. You're not guaranteed the future.
Yeah, no guarantee. I just believe in timing and shit. If it happens, I'm like, yeah, cool. This is what I guess God wants it to happen to me. So cool. I'm gonna just roll with it.
Yeah. It's a good mindset to have, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I try not to stress myself out. You know, when you think about the future, you just stress yourself out so much.
You're like, oh, I should be here by now.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
If I'm chasing my dreams, I should be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
I've always said like my dream location to like end up in would be Venice Beach. Yeah. But like Venice Beach now is not what it used to be as well, you know? But I still like want to do it just for that like childhood thing, you know, like always wanting to be there. Career, dude, as long as I'm doing something creative and being my own boss, like obviously music would be my number one, you know. If I could make music, chill for a bit, make an album, chill for a bit, then just completely survive off that. I'd for sure want to do that. But you know, same thing, like if anything pops up and like I end up just like falling in love with that, as long as I'm my own boss and I enjoy what I'm doing, you know, that's all that matters. And then I guess like marriage and stuff, kind of the same with you, man. Like these days marriages don't really mean what they used to mean.
Exactly, dude. I think like nowadays, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I feel like
go ahead.
People are doing marriages just for other people.
Yeah, the traditional sense. Right?
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, I love this person, I want to celebrate it. It's more like, I'm just gonna like having a birthday party, you know, like you're doing it for your homies,
right,
for your
so you guys can all hang
family,
out.
so you guys can hang out and make like a whole day. And,
right, make it a thing.
That's why I don't really believe in it, because I'm just like,
for sure.
if you want to get married, you gotta stay with the person.
Exactly, right? It just makes it so much more difficult if you want to, you know, separate.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah. So go on.
But yeah, like so, yeah, I don't really, think it is what it used to be. And I think same thing as you. If like they wanted to, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm down. But I think for me, it'd just be like if it's something, if we've been together forever and then we're like, okay, maybe we should do it for like tax purposes, or like to make it easier for funding or something, like where it's practical. Then that's when I'd be like, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in the aspect of like, you know, oh, this is a commitment that we make for life. It's like, I'm not really into it. You know? And kids too. Yeah, mad.
2's enough.
Yeah,
2's more than
2.
enough.
See what happens, you know.
Yeah. For sure. After 2, get a vasectomy, and then you don't.
Bust nuts on that. Hell yeah, man. I envy those people that have vasectomies, bro.
Yeah, true. That's true. No, but the thing is that like for guys, apparently I heard that if we have vasectomy, we can undo it.
True.
But for girls, they can't. You know, once the thing's gone, then.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until recently.
Just reattach your balls or some shit? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I guess they just reattach the vein that's connected to the balls.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could do some shit like that, man.
Yeah.
You see the first guy ever gave birth, like, a couple weeks ago now?
True.
Yeah.
Wait, does he have a penis or?
See, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what? Did it come out his ass? His urethra?
Or like the just C-section?
No,
You know what I mean?
he got a vagina. And like,
Okay.
But then they made it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
'cause, you
yeah.
know, like obviously when people get through sex changes and
Yeah.
stuff, like it's a vagina or it's a dick, but it doesn't really like function the same as a natural one
It's
would.
different, yeah.
Yeah,
But it happened.
yeah, first
yeah.
time ever. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
crazy, right?
Crazy shit, dude. Look at the time we live in, man.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would want to push a baby out of themselves, but it's fucking dope.
It's
Dope
dope.
that they can do it.
Honestly, that's why there's this saying, I think in like the Muslim saying, it says how heaven is literally underneath your mother's feet.
Damn.
Because, you know, like,
Say it in
you're
Arabic.
in your mom. I wish
no.
I know it in Arabic,
No,
but I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Because you've been in your mom for 9 months,
Yep.
and she's been carrying you, feeding you, making you breathe, and all that. Gypsy.
Hey, yo.
Making you breathe and stuff, and so whatever happens, you know. And apparently, like, if your mom says something bad about you, and it will happen. So like if your mom is like very angry and I don't know, and she's like, "You're a fucking dumb cunt," like fuck you.
Right.
Maybe in the future sense, either
You'll be
you
a
or
dumb
your
cunt.
kid, you'll be a legit a dumb cunt. Like I know that has happened to a lot of the people that I know, and it's like,
Is this like Muslim religion code kind of thing? Like this?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it says that
That's
in the
crazy.
Quran or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Damn.
So I love my mom. So
Yeah.
you love your mom.
Yeah, man.
You know,
That's a cool
they're
saying.
they're angels, man.
Yeah, they are.
For real.
100%.
For real.
That's a cool quote.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
cool, huh?
Yeah, that's heaps good.
Get it tattooed on my neck.
Have you read like the whole Quran?
Yeah, dude. 5 times.
Yeah, damn.
Sorry, don't mean to flex, but
How thick is that bitch? Like this?
bro, it's like
Like
800,
Bible thick or-
800 pages. How thick is the Bible? Like 1,000?
I'm not very, I'm not very religious.
Yeah, but yeah, like 800 page around there. Yeah, I read both like the Arabic and the English one. The Arabic is obviously like harder for me. It takes me longer.
Wait, so you read it in Arabic?
Yeah,
Well, you know how to read Arabic?
yeah, a little
What?
bit. Yeah, it takes me.
What,
It takes me
process
a while to like properly.
it? Translate.
Yeah, but like once I get in the flow, then it's.
When did you learn
easier.
Arabic?
Oh, we had like religious classes and stuff, like with my
Yeah.
brother, and then from that point on, we just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then yeah, just
Damn,
get used
bro.
to it.
You better in my culture than me, man. Fuck.
No.
I've been recently wanting to learn Arabic.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you know, like Middle Eastern guys and shit, when they find out you're Egyptian, they're like, "Oh," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Nah, I don't know what you're
Sorry,
saying."
bro. Yeah.
I'm whitewashed, man. I'm sorry. I
Just
can't
be
help
like,
you.
kifak,
Yeah.
yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, you should learn Arabic. You should learn Arabic." I'm like, man, I want to learn Japanese though. bro."
Yeah. No, but it's so funny when people it's just like in relation to like cultures and stuff. Some people is just like, "Oh, you should learn more about your own culture." It's like,
Right.
yeah, I can, but you know how hard it is
Yeah,
with the
man.
artifacts and
Yeah,
back
bro.
like white people basically just took
covered
all of our
everything
things
up.
and it's all in the
Yeah, bro.
museum. I can't
Right.
read the shit. It's in the museum.
And it's also like when you're not brought up in the culture and like people like example people that learn languages or like that are bilingual, majority of the time it's like because they're growing up because their parents spoke one language
Yeah.
and then you know they learn
Yeah.
like the other language outside, you know. So it's like when you're in that younger stage of like absorbing, obviously it's gonna stick with you better, you know.
Yeah.
If you're constantly hearing it every day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, bro, like you know how to speak Arabic because you learn how to speak Arabic when you were a kid, you know? Like your parents taught you, you know? I'm like, all my mum taught me was shamuda, which means like slut, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, shamuda. But yeah, it's so much harder to like learn a language now.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to learn Japanese for a while, and it's like I dropped it for about a month, and then I go back to it, and I'm like, oh, I can't even remember half of this shit, man. You know? Yeah.
All I know is just like watashi wa sumasen. I don't know what that means, but
Oh, you said
I heard that
excuse
sound.
me at the end. I don't know why. What
maybe.
I something excuse me?
Yeah. Well, look, all I know is how do you say that? Thank you, arigato,
Arigato.
and then you're
domo.
welcome.
Yeah.
Toshimashite.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all I know.
That's good, man. That's good pronunciation, you know? I'm a Japanese expert myself, so...
That's it.
Nah, man. I just know how to
With
say
your
like,
man bun and your samurai sword at the back every time.
Oh, sir. No, but I know how to say like random phrases, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
yeah.
wouldn't help me if I went to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know how to say bird and cat and shit.
That's
you know?
still good though, man.
Yeah.
That's still good.
They're
Like
random
for me, because my best friend in Sydney, his family's from Nicaragua.
Yeah.
In South America?
Okay.
Is that South America?
I'm not sure.
I think so. I'm so not good at my geography, but
Yeah, I'm terrible.
and they would speak to me in. It's because I was always with his family, and they can't really speak English except for like his
Yeah.
mom
Yeah.
and his brother and himself, and they would always speaking to me in Spanish and stuff. And like, I don't know where I'll just understand it, but I can't conversate back in Spanish.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I'll know what they say, you know. And then I took my time learning Spanish because
Right.
a girl that I was going out with back then, she was from Colombia, and so I was just like, oh cool, let me just like, this is cool culture to learn, like I want to learn it. And then when I saw like an Italian movie, and I was all in Italian, I was just reading the subtitles, but then it sounded so familiar because it's literally the same thing.
That's what you heard.
And I was just like, oh shit, it's just
Right,
like different
right.
accents.
Right.
Like Portuguese and Brazil, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like, they speak the same language, just different accents.
Right.
It's like Indonesian and Malay. Like, my family speaks Malay, you know? And like, I know a little bit of Indonesian, but it's basically the same thing, just different accents and
Bro,
stuff.
you like trilingual?
Nah, man. Nah, not well enough to be trilingual,
Not
but
fluent, but yeah.
I like know little phrases.
Yeah.
Damn. Enough to get me by if I'm stuck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's such a cool like thing to have, bro. You know what I mean? Like we're so lucky, number one though, to be like speaking English as a first language, where it's like a universal language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like to be able to speak other languages, man, it's so cool.
Mm.
You know, just to be able to switch too. You know what I mean?
If you like hear people talking shit, you're just like, haha.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
like,
like I remember one time I was like making coffees for like these like two old grandmas, and they were. Maybe they were Colombian. I don't know. One of the places in South America. And they were like, they're like, "Charamuta." And they were talking shit about someone, and I was like, just laughing. I'm like, and I was just like, wow, that's funny. And they're like, excuse me, what are you laughing at? And I was like, look, I'm sorry, I don't mean to intrude on anything, but I understand a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah.
I heard what you guys saying. They're like, oh my god. They're like, oh, Dios mío. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like.
Yeah.
It's
Ay,
whatever.
papi.
Yeah. Papi. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you know. I'm just like, look, I wouldn't tell anyone. I don't know who you guys are talking about. But it's just funny.
That's funny, man. It's a good skill to have. You seen that guy that's like white as hell, and he goes into like Chinese restaurants or like nail shops and like shops them.
Oh yeah.
Like he waits for them to talk shit about it.
Yeah.
And then he just starts like speaking to Mandarin. Or some shit. Yeah. Or Cantonese.
Fuck, that's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Yeah, like you said, we're very lucky in that sense of like how English is such a universal language that literally everyone knows. As
For sure, man. Yeah. It's pretty entitled to be like, and there's some people that travel and be like, why does no one speak English here? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
Why don't you speak Japanese? Why don't you speak Arabic? You know?
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like a lot of my friends, or a lot of people that I know that would like just go to Bali and just be like, they would either, there's no in between. They would either one hate it because they're just like, oh, they didn't understand me. Blah, blah, blah. Two, they would just be in this like 5-star hotel for the whole time, for like the whole month, and not even visit.
Right, the local spots.
The local
like,
spots, and they're just like, oh, Bali's blah blah blah. It's okay. I'm just like, bro, we're just at the 5-star hotel. the whole time.
Right.
Get out with the locals, dude.
Shit.
Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, it's like a tourist going to Sydney, staying in the Meriton for the whole time, and not go anywhere. It's like,
exactly, man. Yeah.
you're gonna get bored, dude.
That's the thing, bro. I feel like everyone goes to Australia and they just go to Sydney, And it was like, bro, Sydney's not even like would go to Australia for, you know what I mean? Like maybe Queensland, you know, Great Barrier Reef and that shit, you know what I mean? But like go to outback places, bro. Like go to a coast place, you know what I mean? Like go to beaches and shit.
Yeah.
You go to Sydney, the city, when you're coming from like New York or like
literally,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's like my cousins too. Whenever they're in Sydney, I'm just like, yo, take the ferry.
Yeah.
Go to Manly. Go to Cockatoo Island. I don't know, wherever it's gonna take you.
Yeah.
Do your thing,
Right.
because
Don't
it's
just
like
stay in the city shop. And...
yeah, it's like you see a lot of locals, you see what's up, you know.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And then when they come to Wollongong, I try my best to not take them out in town and stuff. I'm like, okay, look, let's go for a bushwalk or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I know a place near the uni or something.
Right. Because you want to experience shit that's like specific to your Wollongong. Or like
Yeah,
your
and like,
country.
isn't that
That's the point,
why
man.
you travel
Exactly.
too?
That's what
You
I'm
know,
saying,
you just
bro.
don't want to.
Yeah, because
I
you
don't
want to
know.
experience different cultures and countries, and you know,
Exactly.
shit
Yeah.
that's specific to them.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
whenever I like still go back to Singapore and stuff, I'm just like, take me to all the local places.
Yeah.
And just let me do my thing.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna take you to this new spot. I'm like, no. Like, yeah, I'll go there, but it's for
No.
it's for like 20 minutes, and then take me to like the
Yeah,
local
yeah.
spot and shit like that. Like every time when I'm there, my cousins would always be like, yo, I'm gonna take you out to a fancy ass restaurant, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing, blah blah. I'm just like, bro, literally take me out to this street food. That's all I want.
Yeah, right.
That's all I need.
Yeah, yep.
And then I pay like $5 Australian for a big ass meal. And
Yup.
it's like, yeah, cool, I'm settled.
why you're
I'm
there.
good. Literally, dude.
100%, man.
That's why we travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn motherfucker. Oh man. I don't know how long this has been, but I feel like it's been long.
20 times 3? About an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
That's usually I go for anyway,
Yeah.
so which is good.
Mad.
Is there mad things, man?
Mad thing, you know
Is
that.
there any last minute? Oh, I always say this to
Oh, I'm kidding.
to my homies who comes on the pod.
Oh, I'm getting ready.
Is there any advice or anything you can tell to those people who is maybe like stuck in their creativity
Quit.
and just drop everything, or if they're still new to, you know, they haven't put out their shit yet, they're kind of scared. Is there any advice you can, I guess, tell upon that?
I wish I prepared this question. Wish you told me in the car or some shit.
Yeah, no, shit, my bad.
No,
I always
I
bring
like
this
it.
up,
It's on
people
the
just like,
spot.
fuck, what did I say?
Shit. If you're new and scared about shit, man, the reason you started should be the reason that you're still doing it, you know? Like, if you started because, example, you liked painting and that makes you happy in your spare time, don't now add all this extra shit on, like, I need to make a painting that's good enough to sell. I need to make a, you know, painting that's going to get me into this, like, art show or, you know? Do it for the reason that you liked doing it. People will vibe with that and they'll see that and then they'll appreciate that and then want to fuck with it, you know? Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's people just think so much in the long run and the money. It's just like, is that
Yeah.
why you wanted to do your stuff? Just
Yeah.
for the money? If
Exactly,
you're in it, you're
man.
not gonna be in it for long, and you're gonna get bored of it.
Yeah. And then that'll stress you out, you know?
Yeah.
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 It's like the same thing where people say, like, you know, if you're making videos, don't look at the views, because if you're just looking at the views, you're not going to get any views like when you start out, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to get like maybe a couple hundred and you're going to be psyched off that, you know? But if you just keep looking at the views and then it doesn't go up, you never know though. One day, if you just keep making content, someone's going to see one of them, going to find your whole catalog, you're going to blow up, you know?
100%.
And then now that you got all that content,
Yeah.
because you weren't focusing on like, oh, this isn't making money, oh, this isn't getting views, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you'll have like a whole plethora of content.
100%.
You know? Yeah,
That's what people need to know, man.
For
That's what
sure.
People need to know. All right. Thank
what's
you.
yours? No, what's yours? Have you ever done that?
What?
Said your own? Your own advice?
My own advice? No, I
Yes.
haven't.
Do it.
My own advice.
Yeah,
My
how
own
you like it?
advice, My own advice. My own advice. I feel like no.
Yup. You feel the pressure, motherfucker?
God damn. I think pretty much the same, like based on what you said. Don't think, and I always say this to my friends, is like, Shay, think about the money. the reason why I love doing what I love, no matter what it is, you know, it's because of the joy that comes in your inner self, you know. And like when it's all done, like music videos that we shot, you know, for example, because I love editing so much that I'm like, yo, this is so fun. And then the end product, it's like, yo, we made that shit. Like, look how fucking crazy it is. Or like even painting, you know, like when I first started, I'm just like, this is what the fuck. But like, because there's so much joy in it, and then the end results, it's just like, whoa, I'm actually doing this because it makes me feel good in a way, and it makes me feel like a little, honestly, like doing a line of code. You know what I mean? Like, so just that excitement of doing it and why you want to do it. It's not for the people. It's for yourself.
It's for yourself.
And if people don't fuck with it, they're not your, like, they're not there to validate what you feel. You know? There'll be other people who come and be like, this shit's fucking good. Dude. You know? For sure. Like, I'm sure you get that a lot with like your music stuff as well. You know, some people just like, oh, I don't really fuck with it. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. There's other people out there that you can listen to, but then the right one will come. And
that's it, man. That's all it's about.
That's all it's all about. It's just about you challenging yourself every time. And you get that joyness feeling out of it.
For sure.
You know?
That
makes sense.
And you know, like, maybe sometimes, like, I don't always practice what I preach, you know? Like, there'll be times where you get discouraged about, you know, certain reasons, to get lost a bit. You know? But you always got to take it back to that thing, you know?
No, but I feel like the reason, like, getting lost with it is a blessing in a way, because you're not forcing shit. When you're forcing shit, then that's just a whole different side of book, because you're just like, it's not even fucking good. Like, I'm not even feeling this. Like, blah, blah, blah.
You get in your head about it.
And then you just literally hate everything that you do. So that's why sometimes, like, getting lost or being stuck is good in a way, because you just need to, like, put everything down. That's why, I've been meaning to I know we're going to end it, but it's fine.
That's all good.
I wanted to say this early in the podcast. That's why I've been turning off my phone on the weekends and stuff. Like, I've been doing it for a couple of weekends now, and it's just because that's like
really good, man.
Like mental health as well, and also just to step back and realize that, like, we're in this world, you know. It's a very temporary world. Life's short. You just exist in your feelings for a bit, get lost, do whatever you want to do, drink, smoke, take acid, shrooms, whatever, do what you want to do, and after that, like, you feel good.
That's it,
you know.
So what do you mean, like, you've been turning it off on the weekends? Like,
so, like, after work, because I usually work on the weekends and stuff, I just turn my phone off, or even if, like, my friends are out partying and stuff. Like, for example, remember how we were having a conversation the Halloween? My friends was out doing the stuff, whatever, and I was like, look, the thing about me is that I'm so cool. If, like, I don't get invited or whatever, man. Like, I'm just whatever, dude. Like,
I'm the same, man.
Why should I be mad at them for not wanting to?
It's like, people fucking do that shit, man.
Like, it's fine. And so I literally turned my phone off, smoked like 4 blunts,
cried.
Little cry outside. I hate my friend. Smoked like 4 blunts and, like, I had a couple drinks and then just put the movies on. But I wasn't really concentrating on the movies.
Just vibing.
I was just vibing, and most of the time I was just out in the balcony, just like looking outside, like, wow, this is actually an amazing life, man. And I wasn't on my phone for the whole time, and I was just like,
sick, bro.
This is crazy. And I was just listening to, I just put my music through speakers and stuff.
Like my songs.
Like your songs. I put Zyad songs on the speakers, you know? And I was just like feeling it. I was just like, this is crazy. Just like, this is, you know, I think that's the most important thing as well. Sometimes people feel too scared being in their feelings. I get that sometimes, you know? But it's good to feel it, because we're humans. And this is what we feel, and we shouldn't shy away from it.
If you're constantly go, and you never take a break to stop and, like, really soak everything in.
Yeah.
It'll pay later too, you know? Like,
Mm.
it'll hit you harder later, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why also, like, I'm very okay with myself. And very, like, even if I'm alone, I'm like, I'm okay
Right.
with being alone because
Yes, yeah.
this is what it is and it's whatever.
Would you classify yourself as introvert?
I don't know. I
Okay.
feel like it depends on the day.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's a bit of both.
Oh,
but
for sure.
Which one do you reckon is like your... Okay, put it like this. Do you find your peace when you're by yourself,
Yeah.
chilling?
Yeah.
Or do you find your peace when you're out with people or even at home with people, you know, conversating and vibing and stuff? Which one would you feel like
It's the best
find
one.
your peace more? Yeah. When you're surrounded by, you know, friends or family, or when you're by yourself kicking it?
Wow, that's a hard
I've been asking
question.
a lot of people this lately.
That's a hard
Because everyone's a bit of
question.
both, right?
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on the day, but wow, I think in a sense, I like chilling with other people, but not a lot of people.
Yeah.
In like,
Yeah.
it's just the one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like, I'm super cool chilling by myself.
Yeah.
But I think like I feel that I'm so much more grounded with that one person that I like really, really, really fuck with. You know who you are. And the big shout out. And yeah, and then it's just like everything's fine. You know? And everything's fine and everything's just like hella chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in saying that, like, I don't know. I think, okay, in this point, like in this moment in my life right now with what's happening, I feel like I need to chill with that one person for me to be very peaceful in myself. You know, because if I feel shit, then I could be like, I feel shit. And then be like, oh, come here. You know? And then just that sense of like security in a way.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. What about you, man?
Everyone calls me an extrovert, but I think I'm fucking introvert.
Yeah?
Like to the core, bro. Like, I mean, like I always like try to be more social and more confident. But like I feel like when I was younger, like I hated it, you know. And like I'm kicking it by myself, like fuck off, you know. And whereas like I feel like I have to force myself, like I had to force myself heaps, like push myself into social situations where like I wouldn't normally be comfortable, and like, you know, make myself comfortable, you know, and like just get used to certain social settings and stuff. Yeah. And to now where I'm at a point where I like going out with people and I like meeting up with people. And like, you know, and like I actually enjoy it. But I still, man, there's like nothing better than like going home, clean room, light a candle, kick it back, play games. Like, just be in your own time, you know, and like not have to worry about talking to anyone else or like catering to anyone else, you know, and just enjoying it.
Just chill.
100. But I really like. Sorry to extend your podcast, by the way. Like you don't have to put this in if you don't want
to.
Dude, like
just keep going. Keep going.
But I really fuck with the fact that you're doing that, like with the phones off in the weekend, because that's something I used to do. Like I would say no Wi-Fi today, no phones. Like on my old Samsung, you used to be able to put it like on a power saving mode, so it's only text and calls. You know, so I'm like, just in case of an emergency, you know, I'll have that. You know? But I can't go on social media. I can't like you know do anything different like YouTube or you know. And I do that like once a day. Like one day a week, you know, just to have that refresh. Yeah. But I feel like I haven't done that in so long, you know, just because like, you know, you get scared that like someone's gonna message you and like you're gonna miss out on something or you know. Yeah. And I feel like it's been so long since I've taken a day like that. Yeah. So that's why I really respect you for doing that now, like on your weekends. So I really want to do that again.
You should. Yeah. I just like let people know that like right. Hey, look, I'm not gonna answer my phone for the next 4 or 5 hours. I'm just gonna turn my phone off. Right. There's an emergency. Let my brother know. Yeah. Or just ring, like come to my house or whatever. But that's it. That's a good idea. And then I turn my phone on, and then cool.
That's a good idea, man. Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah. So you don't like freak anyone out in case
anything
happens.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to let people think that I died or something.
Yeah. Where the fuck has he been? Yeah. No, for sure, man.
It's important, man. Like, just trying to get back to just being what human is. You know, if that makes sense. Because everyone's always on their phone. Like me and you, we do work on our phones.
Exactly, man.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's so much harder when you're in a creative lifestyle too, because you feel like you have to be on social medias, and,
Yeah.
like, up to date with stuff or posting,
Yeah.
or you know.
Yeah, or even like messages. People's always messaging on like
Exactly.
Instagram.
Yeah,
and
you
shit
don't want to
like
miss
that.
out on opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I haven't done that in such a minute, man, and it makes you so much more calm because like it gives you a break and like pauses everything for a minute, you know? And like I said, just take everything in.
Yeah.
Really think about shit, because when you're say like when people are waiting for a train or like a bus or you know like waiting for someone to get them from outside, they're on their phone, you know, like scrolling. Any free time, they're just like, oh, bored, pick out the phone. Scroll,
Exactly.
you know? Like where we don't get that time to like actually think and like you know think about certain situations or like how we're feeling or you know. Whereas like getting that break really allows you to do that when there's nothing else to do but it's just you and your thoughts. You know?
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to be in your thoughts.
For sure, man.
Write it down, journal it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Then you'll be
100%,
fine.
man.
Yes, sir.
Key to mental health.
You wanna keep talking? We can keep talking, or
It's up to you, man. It's your podcast.
I know. I think like there's like people been messaging me and shit. I haven't replied.
Yeah, you got stuff on today, right?
Too. Yeah. He's gonna come later though, so it's fine.
okay.
Yeah, because he's just busy doing other stuff.
Oh, mad.
But yeah, cool. Any last minute shout out or anything you want to do?
Big up my man, mums and that, you know, like that, bro. Obviously, appreciate
like
you, you know, like that.
Tom Hanks's son.
What?
Have you not seen it?
No,
you know
you
how
showed
he
me.
like fakes his like Jamaican.
Who's that?
Tom Hanks,
Really?
his son.
What?
Yeah, he like fake. He would just talk like normal,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
out
yeah.
of nowhere he would just do like a fake bad Jamaican accent, and then it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro? Culture appropriation?
No,
like what the
that's
fuck are you doing, man?
No, man. But yeah, no. Fuck everyone, man. No shout outs.
Shout out.
Shout out to my mum. Yeah.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll shout out to this
Shout out to
episode.
the
Shout out
parents.
to moms.
Oh, mums.
Moms,
Yes.
man. Moms.
Yeah.
For sticking by us and
100. No matter what.
no matter what, no matter what we do.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for watching this. Big shout out to Zyad for coming through again, man, with his busy lifestyle. Coming all the way down here, man. Like,
Stop
for
it.
real.
You make time for me all the time, bro.
Appreciate it. I really appreciate it. All right.